Good morning, students. IPEM International School and College welcomes you to your iLearn class of Economics. My name is Ms. Prerna Singer, and today I'll be teaching you third chapter of Economics, that is types of economies. And again, the topic which we'll be dealing today is the meaning and features of the developing economy. This video is just the continuation of the previous one. So let's get started. So let's start with the meaning of developing economies. Now if you remember from the previous video, I told you that when we are talking about the classification of economies on the basis of economic development, we have to look at the two main indicators, that is the level of per capita income and the standard of living. Now in the developed economies, the level of per capita income was high, because of which they were able to enjoy high standard of living. Now when we talk about the meaning of developing economies over here, these two indicators are not high, neither they are high nor they are low, but they are at the mid-level. Mid-level means that they are at the process of rising. Now let's go through the meaning. A developing economy is one which has not developed yet but is passing through the process of growth and development. See, it is written over here that these are those kinds of economies which are not developed yet. And not developed yet means that over here in these kind of economies, you will not find a very high level of per capita income or a high level of standard living. But these are the economies which are passing through the process of growth and development. By this sentence, we can imply that yes, though the level of per capita income is not high, but we can say that it is in the situation of rising. So see, the second point tells you that the per capita income and standard of living has not reached a high level, but they are rising. Now how they are rising? They are rising by the different kinds of policies, methods or the programs which are being undertaken by the government of these countries so that we can reach to a high level of growth and development. Now over here you can see that some examples of developing economies are given. Like India is considered as a developing economy, then we have Mexico, Brazil, etc. Now these economies altogether, they are termed as the developing economies. Now again I will repeat myself, why they are considered as a developing economy, or why we are saying that the per capita income and standard of living over here in these economies is not high but they are rising. They are rising because various kind of efforts, programs and policies are being put up, are being implemented by the government of these countries so that we can reach to a specified level of growth and development. Now let's start with the features of developing economy. Now these features are really very easy to understand. Now the first point is the one which we have already discussed, which says that the level of per capita income is low as compared to the developed countries, yet it has a rising tendency. Means if you compare the per capita income of India with the per capita income of United States of America, then you will see that in India the per capita income is low as compared to that of USA. But again, we cannot say that the per capita income in India is stagnant or it is very low, but it will show a status that it has a rising tendency. Now moving to the second point, that is rates of saving and investment are being seen gradually rising. Now definitely yes, when the rate of per capita is rising at a gradual rate, because of that only the rate of saving and investments are also going to increase. Say for example, if a person is having a low level of income, then his rate of saving and investment will be low. But gradually, slowly and steadily, if his income is increasing, then definitely he will try to save more and he will try to invest more. So that is why, because the per capita income is showing a rising tendency, because of that only we will see that even the rate of savings and investment in an economy are also rising at a steady rate. Now moving to the third point, which talks about the occupational structure, which is steadily changes from in the favor of the secondary and the tertiary sector. Now if you remember, one of the feature of the developed economy, it stated over there that there is a predominance of industrial and service sector in the developed economies. But over here, that is in developing economies, you will see that there is a change in the occupational structure. Change in the occupational structure means that the people are moving from the primary occupation, which is the agriculture sector, towards the secondary occupation, that is the industrial or the tertiary or the service sector. So this kind of change we are going to see in the developing economy. Now the fourth point says that the contribution of the primary sector to country's national income gradually declines and those of secondary and tertiary sectors tend to increase. Now if you go back to point number 3, where you have just now studied that the occupational structure of the developing economy tends to change. Occupational structure tends to change means what? That people are now shifting the occupation from the primary sector, that is from the agriculture sector, to the industrial or the service sector. So because of that, the contribution of the primary sector or the agriculture sector towards the national income is going to decline, and the contribution of the secondary or the tertiary sector, that is the industrial or the service sector, is definitely going to increase, because now more of production will be taking place in the secondary and the tertiary sector as compared to the primary sector. The fifth point over here says that we can see that in the developing economies we can see gradual improvement in the standard of living of common people. Now if you go back to the meaning of the developing economies or of the developed economy, I told you over there that there is a direct relationship with the between the increase in the per capita income and the standard of living. And under the developing economies we have studied that yes, the per capita income of the country is going to show a rising tendency. And when the per capita income is improving, is rising gradually, then definitely there is going to be an improvement in the standard of living of the people of such countries. Now the last point, the last feature says that there is an improvement in science and technology. So again, going back to the first point, that is increase in the per capita income. Now in developing economies we have already studied that per capita income is gradually increasing, and because of that the national income of the country is also going to increase. And now when the country will have lots of national income, when they will have lots of income with themselves, then they will try to improve their technology and their science, because with that only they will further be able to add to the growth and development of the entire nation. So I hope that in this segment you have clearly understood the meaning and features of developing economy. So in the end, the entire management and staff of IPM International School and College urges you to stay home, stay safe and stay connected. And make sure to utilize this lockdown period in a positive manner. So let's teach and learn in a smarter way. Thank you.